subscriber noticed my joke about the sweeping brush. I got it from Trigger of Only Fools and Horses. But you know, I love that show, Only Fools and Horses. And I even got the original DVDs of all the series from their first season to the last. And Peter G wants to call me Dale Boy for all the wheeling and dealing that I do. I don't mind being called Dale Boy, because that will also mean that Old B will now be Rodney, the flunker. But I don't think Old B would mind being called the flunker. You know, it's only 8 years between me and Old B, so he's not really that old, so he don't care being called the flunker as long as it's not granddad like some other people here in the YouTube community Philippines is. So I'm now joining on to the main road, Talamban. I'll be picking up some desserts for my family, and I'll be quickly going back to our workplace in my castle. So we are now on our 26 sack of cement. So we are vibrating it. But like, we are now on the corner. We're gonna go in the corner now, and this is the last end. But 26 sack. My guess the first time was 40. I'm closer to it than the second guess I had with Old B. But anyways, I'm winning, because even in his first bet, the one before we changed it, 24, that's way out, where mine was 40. We are now on the 26. We still haven't reached the end. So we're now on the last part. We're now entering 30 bags of cement. That's what they mix now. So we have finally done the pour. It's 5:45 now, but I will just give them the 1 hour overtime because of this. It's not their fault that the mixer is getting funny. That's why we can't start early. And all in all, the cement used on this one is 31 bags on the 1, 2, 3 mix. So I could already imagine my storeroom in here, because tomorrow Jarell will be starting to dig down like on the level of this pathway flooring, and then we will just add about 2 inches over, and then all the rebars will be holding on to the wall of the storeroom. There will be 2 windows and the door will be here, because so I don't have to walk on a mud when it's raining. If I want to go to the storeroom, I still have to be stepping on the cemented pathway here.
What the hell's that?
A plant donation. I told you that it won't cost me so much when I garden the BPP, because the people around here will donate their plants.
We don't accept donations. 1,000 peso fine.
I don't, it's not really donated, it's a gift to me.
1,000 peso fine.
Today is September 2, 2020, and it's a very gloomy day here in Cebu City. You can see up ahead all the smoky and gray, no sunlight at all. So we don't expect much, but if it's just like this all day, we can live with it as long as it's not gonna be pouring with heavy rains. So the boys right now are here on the worktop and the castle, now on the BPP, because they will be filing a couple of blocks along the line that we have poured yesterday. I'm gonna go out now and check on them. So you can see that they have bought some blocks here from the BPP to be used here. So you can see Junelle there measuring, and Jirel is slowly digging the earth for the flooring. So the lads are here. They're gonna file the blocks until the window level before we start digging for the flooring, so they will have a level that they can work onto. And so when we pour the flooring, they'll have something that will stop on the side. So that's what we decide today. Anyway, it's a gloomy day and we're all here on top, and Daloy and Old Lito was bringing the hollow blocks from the BPP towards here. So they're trying to get the level now for the first line, and it makes sense that we have to file the blocks before we do flooring, so we don't have to make forms to stop the muck from coming out. So they now have started to work on the hollow block. So they have their first leveling muck. So Junelle will be there in the corner, and then this is Jirel over here. So you can see it's not gonna be long before we floor the flooring, and then the welding man will do the trusses. Then my storeroom will be finished. So that's our muck consistency. And of course, the one who's doing the muck, as yours truly, Daloy. Someone donated a big palm tree to me this morning. So that's why I told you, it's not gonna cost me anything more, like not much, to do the gardens of the BPP, because I know the neighbors will donate their plants. And Old Lito is our mechanic, so he's just sorting the vibrator. So here's the reason why we put it here, because so he will continue to pour yesterday instead of going to the straight onto the wheelbarrow, and also the wheelbarrow carrier can carry it to their capacity. Anyway, this is gonna be all cemented here when Old B will design all his koi carp pan where is it located, and you won't just see earth. So this is good here to be done. Then they will just carry it over to the work area, that it will not hurt the cement. Gihap ni mo dong loy. Reverse. Dara. Ipa sa nagbutang. So I got my delivery here, being delivered. COD. So 60 10mm rebars and 60 cement. So I'll have it all delivered now because to save manpower. It's only like when it's 4 or 5 pieces to be bought. That's when we have it delivered, pick up. The lads are just having a break and now they're back. So this is the level that they're up to as of the moment. I could already imagine the size of the storeroom. I could put both shelving on both sides, and I could go in the middle. These are the tiles from Old B's old bar. I think this will be enough to tile all my storeroom flooring.
The missus was telling me there's been a few comments asking about my life here in the Philippines. I suppose because she's got that channel now, there's people that are interested. And I've been here for 17 years now, and I still enjoy it. You know, as a foreigner, I try to keep myself to myself. I don't get involved too much with the locals and cause myself any problems. And because of that, I got a happy life. I enjoy it. I do feel a few come over here, think they know better than the locals, and put themselves forward, and their wives in the background. I'm totally the other way. You know, I'd rather send her out to get all the stuff, and I just put my feet up and enjoy myself. That's how I always thought it had to be. Like, you know, the king don't go out, he sends his queen, doesn't he? And so, someone was asking me, do I know any of the language? Well, to be honest, mate, like I said, I've only been here 17 years. I'm still learning. I've got about 3 words I know, and they're all swear words. And because I look at that, I call it gobbledygook. I look at the words, look like somebody's had a Scrabble, you know, set of Scrabble figures and tiles and just chucked them at the wall. So I don't get involved with any of that. I've got no interest in learning. I speak English, universal. Official language of the Philippines is English, or one of them. So, you know, you can't go wrong. Australian, the Yanks even have a go at speaking English. It's, you know, it's Canadians. I'm still old-fashioned. I'm quite happy speaking English, and I speak to people, and the wife will translate, and I'm happy with that. I'm boring no far. I'm quite happy staying at home, especially now with all this COVID on. So I said to her, we can spend a bit of time. Let's get all the house finished and a few extensions that we want done, and enjoy our home life a little bit more, because we used to go out too much, to be honest, eat out too much, and now we're forced to stay home. You think, well, yeah, actually I quite enjoy it at home. So yeah, I'll come on now and again, answer a few questions, explain what it's like for me in the Philippines. I did take the wife to England for 6 years, and how I got my visa. Because I'd laugh at people when they look at me and say, oh yeah, we've been trying to get the visa. It took me 3 days to get my visa, start to finish. And I'll have to tell you the story about that. And you've got to be prepared. And thankfully, my missus, she got her head screwed on, so she knew what was expected of her. And because I come over here for a fortnight, got married while I was here, and about 4 or 5 days towards the end, I thought, well, I ought to start sorting it out, I suppose, getting her home. And everyone said, oh, it takes 6 months, it takes a year, it takes 5 years, and all this. I phoned up the British Embassy and spoke to them for half an hour on the phone. I said, look, if you can speak to me for half an hour, I'll try to book an appointment. They didn't want none of that. And I said, look, don't give me that rubbish. You speak to me on the phone for half an hour, you can speak to me in person for half an hour. I'm going to jump on a plane, fly to Manila, and I'll speak to you tomorrow morning. Well, they were expecting me. And because I'm a bit awkward sometimes. And so I sat down with a guy, and he said, well, we need this, this, this and this. And I said, well, I've got all that. And he said, well, now we've got to send somebody out to get to make sure your wife was never married before. From a certificate from Centro, I think it was, National Statistics Office. And they got to confirm. And he slipped up. He said, you got to send an agent. And I said, oh, what, James Bond, is it? 007 you got to send? And I said, look, you're giving me a ball, like, tell me what you want, I'll go and get it. So he told me this certificate I needed to get. I went over to the National Statistics Office. There are thousands queuing up. But I went in the back door, went at the top, saw the top woman and said, I want this. And she said, come back 2 days time. Went back 2 days time, got it. Same day, went to the embassy. And they said, right, no problem. There's your visa. She might have problems when she reaches Heathrow, because it takes a little while to go through the system. I said, I'll deal with that at Heathrow, mate. And went to the airport, went to the travel agent, because my flight was leaving the next day, and I said, need a ticket for her, because she had a passport, because she used to go all over Asia with her job. And they said, oh, sorry sir, we're sold out. And what, completely sold out? And I think my flight then cost, I don't know, about 300-400 quid if I remember rightly. And I said, you got any in business class? And I said, yes sir, 2,400. Alright, I'll have to pay for that then. So I bought her a class, and like a fool, I went down in economy, sat there, you know, keeping my elbows in when I eat me, and she was there spaced out in business class. If I know what I know now, I would have sent her to economy to my seat, and I would have gone up into business class. But that's the way it is, isn't it? You make those mistakes, they come to haunt you all the life. So yeah, I'll try and help her out with her channel. I'm not going to do too much. Perhaps once a week I might give a bit of advice from my perspective. It won't be the best advice, it'll be personal advice, stuff that has happened to me, and from my personal experiences. You'll have people say, oh no, you can't do that, you can't do this. Well, I can only speak what I've done and how it worked out for me. So that's what I got planned.
So it's lunch break for the lads, and I'm quickly going down to get desserts for my family. I can't get the Indian because they're closed today for disinfection requirements, And lately, I have a problem of the internet is really getting so slow around here in Cebu. Or maybe it's just us here, but I know it's really hard to upload videos. So I was deciding that if I had something going on like the BPP project and my castle project, I think I'll make it into separate videos. And if I know a lot, the consensus is they like long videos, but it's taking me so long to upload such long videos because seems to be, I don't know what's happening. The internet is just, instead of getting better, because they've been warned by Duterte to make it good, they're now getting worse. So I got both Globe and Smart in my area, in my house alone, but both are such hard to upload. It's getting slower and slower. So that 10-wheeler is going so fast in this kind of roads. I'm here in the Grand Mall grocery here in Grand Mall Talamban, and the queue is just so long, but hopefully I could go forward faster. I'm just buying ice cream here inside. Cebu City is now on MGCQ, Modified General Community Quarantine. That should be lax here than all the other qualifications of General Community Quarantine, especially the ECQ. But nothing changed much, you know. We still have to present and follow the QR pass. Minors and old people 60 years old above and 21 years old below still not allowed to go in, and you still have to use your face mask, face shield to go in the mall. So nothing much has changed, although they said that you can go to the tourist spots now at 50% capacity. But how can you go to the tourist spots if you don't, like families? How can you bring the children? You're not allowed to go out. So nothing much changed with this MGCQ, Modified General Community Quarantine. So I got what I wanted to buy, the desserts for my family's on the meals, and I can't get the Indian because they're closed for disinfection schedule. So going back now to the hills of my castle. This is the progress for this afternoon. They are now on the 3rd level of hollow blocks all the way around except here. But as you can see, the old B is interfering again. So he's suggested that we don't have to dig down. We can just floor it on the top. So we can do the flooring immediately, which is, I think, is a good idea anyway. It's only a few more inches that I will lose on the floor height, because you know my racks is what I'm thinking of. But I think the racks will still fit, despite that I will have 6 inches of flooring up. And in here they will be doing the 3 of them, so it will be faster. Then we can do the flooring faster. Now you won't believe what he have planned this time. Here on my corner, he plans to put a fence. If you're looking at the corner column of this little gate wall I have, you're gonna go straight in. And also with this one, that's the column, and he will build a wall and a little gate like that gate that you see going inside. And that storeroom that I have now, he will use it as storage for his feeds, whatever he got for crap for his koi carp pond. So this is like, You can see the flags, ladies and gentlemen. That is the exclusive economic zone, like the exclusive England of Old B in the Philippines. So you got all the Union Jack and the England flag flying now, because this is gonna be the exclusive little England of the old B here in the Philippines. So here in this area, he's gonna put all his drums. I still got 15 more coming of that one, blue drums. And there's a wall here, so I will not be looking at it, all his crap. And outside, that will be where he gonna put his pond. I got my donated palm. That is a very nice palm. And he wants to build a wall there, continuing on straight towards there, and that's an open area where he can do the view. He can see and do the view, whatever he wants, how he gonna do it to maximize the view, to enjoy the view. So like I said, he can do the view, which is like a sitting area or whatever, how he plans it. But this is gonna be his little England here in the Philippines. He's gonna build his koi carp pond in here, and there will be a gate here on the front soon. So all my materials and my stuff will be moved to the new place where I'm gonna flatten out over the road. You know, the one that the 6,000 square meter that we got across our property. We're gonna go halves on it. The other half, it will be his exclusive garden, and the other half is my material and all my housing for my other crew. So this is Old B's exclusive little England here in the Philippines. This is what he's planning to do. We are having a break from the BPP so far this week, or maybe next week as well. It will be only Farmer Willie will be clearing there, because I want this project done here, the storeroom, because that will make a difference for me to get all my stuff out of Old B storeroom inside our house. And also the storeroom he had there will be used by my daughter inside our house, and he will have the storeroom that I have as of the moment, which is where his flags are flying on. And the next room to it with the metal door, that's now my present storeroom, and it's already so full up. So that's what's gonna come here on this new storeroom, and that will be open for Old B to use then for all his koi carp pond crap. So that's the exclusive little England that he has here in the Philippines. That's what he plans. But you know, I'm the EU. I'll be taking over little England soon. LOL.
The bitch is already taking over. What's all this crap?
So we are now on our last, it's 4:25 now, but I think with the three of them filing up, it will just get used up to the muck that they have done. So I need to trim the side of this. You know, the ficus is gonna touch the side of the wall, so but I don't want the ficus dead, so that's fine. I could live with it, because it will just be more on that front here than on the side. So 5 o'clock now. This is what's done for today. We have done the file under the 4th level, and also the in between columns they've been rebarred, and also Old Lito has managed to fix the vibrator. So when we floor this one. Now that we're just gonna have to floor above it, we don't have to dig anything, just level it up and then put a 6-inch flooring, then that will be faster. So what they have done here, got 5 panels in total in 4 levels. See, we are on the 3rd one. We have done a horizontal rebar all over the 3rd level, and then they put on the 4th level. So you can already imagine my space to store my stuff. There will be 2 windows here, and the entrance will be here on the front, on the side. And also here on the side, I'm thinking of incorporating some dog houses, but I'll have to look for design. So I got another donation here for another bamboo type, because you know, like a tradition around here that they like to share their plants if they heard that you're doing some gardening. So I got another one this morning, the big palm that Obi was saying, where did this come from? But you can see it's like a yellow palm, red palm, what yellow, it's got a yellow like a bark there. That's the one that's donated this morning. So I got all the big pots. I'm gonna scrub all the pots tomorrow. And I got another nice bamboo tree here. I'm gonna have to start transferring them. As of the moment, I'm soaking them up with water, then I'll start transferring them. So you can see it's not really affecting much of my garden, what I'm doing for a new storage here. That will also be painted white, like nothing happens there, and then it lessens my view of those black thing that splashes on the walls. So what I'm gonna do, I'll bleach it up and put some tiles on it, and before I will tile everything here anyway. I want it all nice and tidy. So, but it does not affect much of my garden. My entrance is there, so it's quite a nice storage room. So I will have fun when I start putting the things there. So after they have put on they will be putting the windows. Well, they're tiling because the windows anyway is steel casement, so it's metal before we put the glass, and then the welding man can do the trusses.